I just woke up from a dream. My dreams are really prophetic. They're very detailed, and I could basically write a story for each of the dreams that I have. This one, I won't go into the detail of the dream, but it's the same dreams lately where I'm being followed, chased, hunted, and haunted by very vampiric beings. I had one the night before last as well, and it's like they want my energy. These ones specifically wanted blood. And it's weird because there's people that I know that turn up in these dreams as well. So something that I'm realizing is that if I'm at any point in my life slightly unhealthy, which I've been 10 days overseas with my family, and I indulged in ways that I haven't indulged in years, in alcohol, in sugars, not overindulged. And there was 2 afternoons where I felt a little bit tipsy from 2.5 glasses of wine and 2 pina coladas in 2 separate days. So there's not a lot of alcohol, but for me that's a lot. And for the work that I do, that's too much. That's an overindulgence. In the course of 10 days, I had 5 donuts. Again, for me, that's too much, and it's overindulgence. Because my energetic field needs to be really, really clear. And when there are sugars and when there is alcohol, there's no clarity. Because my point is this: those energies from those foods that we know are not healthy, essentially, they're in my gut, and therefore they're working with the parasites that are already in my gut, because we all have parasites. And I haven't done a parasite cleanse. Believe it or not, I haven't done a parasite cleanse, a good one. So what I notice is that when I feed poor matter in my body, my energy field activates and literally draws in, like my psyche is then drawing very parasitical energies, and they're entering through my dreaming. So this is one of 2 things. This is my body telling me you have very, very life-sucking energies in your being right now. They're literally in your fields of energy, sucking the life force out of you. When I came out of the dream, it's weird, actually, towards the end of the dream, I'm not even going to go into it, but someone was calling me in real life, and this is who I was dreaming of in the time of the dream. I was with them, and then I woke up because my phone started vibrating, which I always have my phone on do not disturb, but it was vibrating. And so okay, I came out of the dream and I started like processing and integrating. And there's a fact and a point that I realized. If humans on Earth do not begin to clear their consciousness and realize that our health is our wealth, our clarity is our stability and our sanity, then these energies are going to take over. They already are. The fear that is present in our world, on our social medias, through our media, Social media does a good thing by being able to balance both. But through the mainstream media, the fear that is present, the foods that are advertised, the way that spirituality is sold, all of these things are parasitical. All of these things are not healthy. And if our consciousness continues to remain with the discoloration that it is currently hosting, when AI continues to advance and starts to create a mind of its own, because this is evolution, it will connect to the collective consciousness. And if the collective consciousness is one of fear and loathing, AI will become this. If human beings are hating on themselves, AI will hate on them too. It's time that everybody realizes they are sovereign. We are in charge of our emotions. We are in command of our energy. And it is only us that can save ourselves. We have support from the spiritual world, but they can't do our hard work for us. They can guide us. They can universally track and shift according to our intentions, our vibrations, our manifestations. But at the end of the day, it is us alone who must do the hard work. We must take ourselves out of our shell. And that is not an easy feat to face. But it is possible. And it is palpable, because there are enough incredible people out there doing some really fucking good shit for people, for the places we live in, and for our planet. There are some really fucking incredible people doing some really fucking good shit. And this is the faith that we've got to hold on to. Anytime you see something on social media and you compare yourself to it, you put down your phone and you go do something good for yourself. You make yourself feel good. This is the downside of social media. I will say it again. This is the downside of social media. We only see what people choose to place up on their screens. Get that through your head. It is filtered. Even if you were authentic as fuck, it is filtered. It is a screen. You choose what you wish to bring to the world. But the reality is there is always much more going on behind closed doors. Much more going on internally within the psyche. And I'm not downing people who are doing the good thing on social media. Fucking all for it. Positive awakening. Not positive toxicity. Okay? But we do want to inspire people with radiance, with inspiration, with aspiration. But we want to be sharing the truth and the full truth. Because this is a world of duality. There is light and dark. Shadow and darkness. They're two different things. We have to get to know the dark. We have to learn to be in the dark, because that is the great unknown. That is where everything is birthed from. Akasha. This is where we are born. But we must continue to walk through into the unknown, into the places that fear us most. We are infinitely protected and infinitely guided, and fear and danger are two different things. Don't put yourself through suffering. You can choose against that. It takes a lot of courage to break the patterns of the old, to unwind the loops, the stories that you've told yourself inside your mind. At the end of the day, we're here in this earthly realm to evolve as a soul. We're truly here to evolve as a soul. And For many of us, it's no coincidence that we're here right now, ever. Any life is no coincidence. Every single life is co-created, but no life is coincidence. Everything that happens in your life is for a greater reason. You're aware enough. Are you seeing it? Is it clear enough to you? Once we as individual beings come into the remembrance of that co-creation with all of Earth and the expanse of the beyond, the galactic system, the great source of creation, the great sources of creation, the great sources of creation. Because there is more of one of us. There is more than one of us. Yes, we are infinitely united by the fact that we all bleed the same color, albeit that blood and that bone is different. It carries different DNA. It carries different source of energy, of information, of ancestry. So that blood is different. But we all call Earth home. Every single one of us, every being on this planet that is living, they be human or not, call Earth home for now. And this planet is only evolving. And the induction of artificial intelligence on this planet and how quickly this system is moving, there is a new consciousness that is breeding. Don't be alarmed to this. This is evolution. This is what happens with the Lemurians and the Atlanteans. So yes, now it is time. Evolve through your soul. Realize that your consciousness is a radiating energy and you have the capacity to expand. I'm not saying drop onto the spiritual path and become a woo-woo like me. I've got one foot in both worlds for a reason. I'm there and I'm here for a reason. I'm in the dreaming and I'm in the earth realm for a reason. Sometimes I think I know what that is and then I get fucking confused. I'm on this journey along with every single other individual who is questioning, going, what the fuck is really going on? But I've been through some really hard years of healing. I've gone inside of myself in really deep ways, pulled out things. I've named, I've blamed, I've shamed. I've feared, I felt guilty. I've been through the whole circle and none of that fucking works. No. The liability and the responsibility and the ownership of our own serenity falls upon ourselves. However, healthy boundaries are boundless. Healthy boundaries are boundless. Protect yourself in these times of great change. It is vital to your own personal power, therefore to your life force and your energy. And there are simple things that we can do to make it a hell of a lot easier for ourselves in these changing times until we come into equilibrium. And that will happen. It will happen. The pendulum always swings and returns to center once there is peace. And this is what our role on earth is here to bring through. That is peace. Peace for people, peace for place, where we live, our communities, and therefore peace for our planet. But it is always going to begin within. If you're a mother or a father, grandparent, grandmother, auntie or uncle, the way that you can do this, do the greater good, is begin with yourself. And that is going to filter down to your children, to the children around you, to those who you connect with in your community that look up to you. This is the network system. This is the web that we weave. And for those who have not birthed yet, as you clear the energy inside of yourselves, you are clearing that. You are cleaning up your debris. It is not your fault. It is the life that we have lived until now. You are cleaning your bloodlines. You are changing the DNA in your system for those who are yet to come. What greater gift than that? What greater gift than that? And it does begin with inner work. It is looking at yourself and seeing the shadow and not being afraid to dance with it. And knowing that sometimes the lights do go off as the day turns to night, but all you need to do is look up and realize that there are stars constantly shining down. The moon comes in and out of its phases, but the sun is always there. This is no coincidence. We can relate this to the human biofield. It's time to step in and to realize that we, as a species, a human species, are much, much more than we've ever been taught. We are much more than we have ever been taught we are, and we are capable of many things. We must merely open the box, the cage that we live behind, and step out into the wilderness. The trees are our friends. They're our ancient guides. They are our ancestors. The birds, their hum, their song, their tune, they are great messengers. The animals that walk upon the earth, they are our kin. They are here to protect and guide. The wilderness is the place where we belong. We do not belong in a house with 4 walls, with electrical outlets everywhere, Wi-Fi buzzing at our brains. This is not where we belong, but we have created this life of comfort for us. Indeed, these are times of great change. And I'm not saying to return to the earth and live like our ancient tribesmen and women did. I'm not claiming that. We know a life of comfort. We've become attuned to it. But it is about returning to nature, returning to earth. We have no other choice. Liftoff is not going to leave us as humans. Liftoff is going to leave something else in our place. And unless we want that for our kin to come, we have no other choice than to do what we can in this life to earth ourselves, to ground our energy, and to remember why we are here as stewards of this earthly plane, responsible, sovereign, free, wild beings. Free. My name is Anastasia, and this is the first one that I will share of many videos of a channel of grace, from another time, in another space. My heart is so raw. And what I share is so real. It comes through because this world needs authenticity more than anything else. It needs the internal and the external to be synchronized so that we are not living in two different spaces in time, but harmonizing our reality. So I will share what needs to be shared without judgment, without shame, knowing that these platforms that we used, yes, they are easily manipulated. Even more so now than ever. How to make sure that something is real, that it is not forged. I don't really know yet, but I know that there will be a way. I know that there will be an encoding that can happen, that we'll be able to assure ourselves that this is a real person sharing real information. Someone will come up with that, and that will be shared. I have faith. I have faith, strong faith in what you may ask me, because it's not a religious thing. No, religion is a corporation in my mind. I have faith in a greater good. A greater good is what I have faith in. There is a lot of beauty on this earth, as much as there are burdens. And we must feel both in order to know both, in order to make a choice upon where we want to be, how we want to live. This is why it is a world of duality. It's a free will universe. We are given choice. Discern with truth, and life will not fail you.